Good morning and welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of February, 2023. Check these numbers, y'all. 22223. Ooh, yes. And it's the first day. Yesterday was Fat Tuesday, so I guess that means Lent has begun for all of the Catholic peoples out there. All right, y'all. That's the time of sacrifice, giving up something pleasurable of you to make yourself more introspective about the blessings that you have. All right. Let's go ahead and start today off with a blessing. Oh, my goodness. And it is 2:26 a.m. Good morning, you early birds. All right. Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing. Oh, there it is. All right. We get two. I'm going to read them both, but I'm only going to read them once. The first one is the blessing of a door closing. One moment, nothing is happening. Then, everything seems to happen at once. A door soon closes, but before you know it, another opens. You walk through into a bright new life, one in which you can be who you truly are. Namaste. All right, y'all. And the second one, we get the blessing of patience. All right, if the universe ain't trying to tell us something, then I don't know what the universe is. All right, listen to this. The blessing of patience. A blessing comes disguised as a setback or delay. This card is confirmation that you are on the right path. With patience and perseverance, you will reach your goal. All is accomplished in perfect time. Namaste, y'all. Don't worry about that door closing. Be patient, because the blessing that is coming is worth waiting for. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. All right, I have some wonderful questions today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First question is from Renee P. All right, this is about a doctor's billing group. Renee wants to know, will Pennsylvania Doctor Billing Group Envision Health lay people off with severance packages? Oh my goodness. And they love to do this, guys. And this is big business. Understand. And this is what they do to scare people. This is exactly what they do to scare people. They threaten people's jobs. They threaten people's livelihoods. They threaten people's way of life. But let's ask this question. Will Pennsylvania Doctors Billing Group Envision Health lay off with severance packages? Tarot Universe Creator, please give us a yes or no, a concrete answer. Give us what we need to know about this. First one, here we go. We got the Hierophant, the government, the politicians, the inner workings, the CEOs of this company doing bad things to people. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, who asked this question? Renee. All right. This is what tarot is saying. They are playing a whole bunch of games. If there is a union involved, then it's going to look scary for a while, okay? They are going to be like turning their back on people trying to get away literally with murder. Literally. But they're going to be stopped, and that's why I'm wondering if there is a union involved in this, because we got temperance, we got balance being brought into this. If it's not a union, then maybe it's a lawsuit or something like that. But Renee, yes, here you go. The final outcome is yes, victory. When the layoffs happen, and the layoffs are going to happen, people will receive severance packages. If there's a union involved or whatever, they are working on shoring up money for what they are about to do to people. So there you go. Like I said, if there's a union involved or some type of protection, they're working on your behalf. If not, if it's a lawsuit, you guys will win and you're going to get severance pay. All right. My next question is from Danielle R. Old Vlad is suspending his participation in the nuclear arms treaty. What does this mean? And the second part of the question, will the Russian people go along with this? I'm going to answer the second part of this question first. Danielle, Russian people have no say in what Vlad does. Vlad uses strong-arm tactics, the same tactics that he's using on the Ukrainian people. He is not afraid to use on his own population, and he's shown that over and over again. I mean, just last week, another one of his people, high-powered, I believe she was either she was a doctor or she was a journalist. Anyway, she found herself tossed out of a 9th or 13th floor window. People who go against Vlad find themselves as flying, falling objects. Okay? The Russian people don't go against Vlad. Vlad rules that country with literally an iron fist. And that's what makes him so dangerous. And that's what makes being in bed with him so dangerous. Okay? He does not care. Human rights mean nothing to this man. If he's letting people out of jail to go die on the battlefield. And people are accepting because dying on the battlefield is better than being in Vlad's prisons. Okay? Just try to wrap your soul around that, okay? People live in fear of him. If you watch that staged speech that he gave, I don't know if it was somebody sent it to me and I watched it because they wanted to know if that was one of Vlad's doppelgangers, one of the stunt doubles, and it is. It is. And I'm going to say this for everybody, and I do believe Vlad has crossed over, he has passed. If he is not dead, then he is somewhere laying on his deathbed, because that individual that gave that speech, Vlad has a T, a very distinct T in the middle of his forehead. And he's got some wonky eyebrows, and they are a little bit short, but they come to about here. The stand-in double that they have for him, his left eyebrow is way too short, and it's overactive, like it has a twitch or something. That's something Vlad doesn't have, and that whole eyebrow distorts that this is like a mark. If you want to say a mark of the beast, Vlad is marked, just like Donnie is marked. Donnie marked himself, basically, with his hairdo and his inability to change his hairdo because he had his scalp cut and pulled together so that he has the constant comb over. Okay? So that is his mark. You can tell Donnie from the back from a mile away. He can't change the back of his head anymore. Vlad is the same, but this is from birth. He has a distinct. Don't believe me? Go just look up. Go to Google. Go to Google and just put images and you will see it. It's clear as day. And then put a side by side from that video yesterday or the day before. But anyway, what does this suspension of Vlad's participation in the nuclear arms treaty mean? It means Vlad is threatening nuclear war. That's exactly what it means. And what you see happening with these balloons, with all this other stuff, with the false flag of the aliens. Yeah, all of this. This is, like I keep telling you guys, this is part of their script. The Bible was written by man. I'm going to keep saying that till you understand it. God did not write the Bible. Man did. And then man edited it. Edited it. That was hard to say. Okay? But I need you to understand this. When the aliens show themselves, it will be to stop a nuclear war or attack or launch or something like that. Okay? Vlad is threatening the world right now. He is threatening the entire world right now. That is what he's doing. He wants people to be afraid. And this is the one time where you really can't be afraid. Because we have allowed our world to set up a process to where one crazy person can destroy the whole world. We can't be afraid. We have too many crazy people with access to the proverbial button. What does this mean for mankind? What this means for mankind, doggone it. What this means is stop worrying about what could happen with this political bullcrap. Start living your life. Love on your people. Tell the people that you love them. Do the things that you desire to do. Live the life that you want to live. Don't live in fear. Anything could happen. You could walk out your front door and get slip on ice, fall backwards, hit your head and be gone. You could slip in the bathtub, hit your head and be gone. If you live in fear, you do not live. Okay? Live your life. Don't worry, because every ounce of energy that you give to Vlad is energy that you're taking away from your own life. There is absolutely nothing not one of us could do to stop him if he decides that that's what he's going to do. But you know what we can do? We can live our lives in spite of the threats of mad men. We survived Donnie. We will survive Vlad. We have to stop feeding. We have to stop giving fear energy to these negative entities. And when we understand that our fear is what's powering this, then we can win this proverbial war, this culture war, this war of misinformation, disinformation, fear-mongering, threatening, hatred, and division, because that's all this is about. There is nothing positive about war. There is nothing positive about what Vlad is doing. But you have a whole bunch of crazy people in the United States who sit in positions of power who are telling you that Vlad is right and we're wrong. But these are also the same people who are telling you that the insurrection didn't happen. And those people who were in the building were patriots. Don't. You see the lies. You see the liars. Let's stop giving them air. Let's stop. I keep saying, let's stop. Stop clicking on Marjorie. Stop. It's feeding it. That woman could not rub 2 pennies together and make 2 cents. She does not have that ability. The only thing that she is proficient at is spreading hate, discontent, and lies. Vitriol. Just spitting evil lies. That's all that she has in her handbag. That is her whole repertoire. Okay? We have to stop. Vlad suspending his participation in the nuclear arms treaty means Vlad is threatening the world. And we can't worry about Vlad. What are we going to do? Worry until we cause bombs to rain down on our head? No. Stop. Stop finding everything to worry about. Stop finding everything to complain about with the Marjories and the Matts. These people are fools. They show us this every day. Why do we continue to make them prove it to us? Every day they say something more outrageous. They do something more outrageous than they did the day before. Matt Gaetz is under investigation. Matt Gaetz is under investigation for treason. Matt Gaetz is under investigation for some serious stuff. Okay? The Department of Justice didn't go after him for human trafficking of that one little girl because they have got so much more on him. He's not getting away with anything. Marjorie will be removed. She is an insurrectionist. She had a hand in what happened on January 6th. We know this. Every single one of us at this point has seen the video. We've lived through the January 6th commission. We know the story frontwards and backwards. When the book comes out, when the movie comes out, we will be able to quote it word for word. We are so involved in this. Why are we so involved in this? Because it is a wonderful distraction to what is really going on in our world. It's a wonderful distraction to what the 1% is actually doing. All of these fires, all of these shortages, all of these quote-unquote accidents in habited areas. Pay attention to the stuff that's really important. Our environment is important. Holding these people accountable. And here's the thing, guys. Palestine, again, words matter, names matter. The Gaza Strip is the Palestine of the Middle East over there. Those are the Palestinians. And they are being bombarded. They are being hurt. They are being murdered. And now the Palestine of the United States has been bombarded, has been poisoned. Livestock. Water, fresh water has been contaminated. And this doesn't just affect Ohio. This affects Pennsylvania. This affects every state that has air that was in the path of that plume as it burned. Every place that the wind took that smoke to has been contaminated. So while we're sitting here still spitting and arguing about Marjorie and Matt, the 1% is destroying our environment, the very air that we breathe, the very water that we need. Bringing into play this revelations that they want to happen, that they desire to happen. And we're gonna even go into that a little bit further, because somebody asked the question about Whole Foods wanting to scan your palm for you to shop there. Yeah, this is planned. This is what they want. They want to bring about this quote unquote apocalypse. We are watching them do it. But guess what, guys? It only works if we participate. We only participate if we give them our fear energy. This is the part of the story that we can rewrite. Because again, they need us. They need us afraid. They need us scared of, oh, this boogeyman, that boogeyman. Oh, Vlad's going to blow us up. If Vlad is going to blow us up, what the heck are you going to do? What are you going to do? Live your life now. Do the stuff you want to do now. Stop waiting for tomorrow. We've been saying this since time began. Tomorrow is not promised. Live the life you were given today. Live it. Like perfect time and every doggone time. All right. Let me get off this question because we've been on the second question for like a half hour. Here we go. Next question. During old Ron death sentence New York visit, they, of course, gave him the softball questions, avoided all the hard issues like abortion, LGBTQ, his don't say gay, his hatred of children who are doggone different, his hatred of people who want an education that is fully rounded, his hatred. So here we are, we're talking about somebody else that don't matter. Because Ron's death sentence is a distraction. But here we go. Let's go ahead and ask this question. He got, of course they avoided asking him any serious questions. The question is, why don't the people hold him accountable and make him answer questions? Simply because his narrative fits their wants. If you're a racist, then you want somebody whose views match your own. If you hate black people, then you want somebody who hates black people as your leader, because that's what you ascribe to. Here we go. This is crazy. Let me see. Let me turn this doggone ringer off. Let me check to see who this is, number one, who's calling me at this time in the morning. Make sure everything is good. All right. So, ringer's off. All right. Here we go. Hopefully that won't distract me. No, it was not an emergency. All right. Here we go. So during old Ron death sentence New York visit, they avoided any issues like abortion, LGBTQ, book bans. Why don't the people hold his feet to the fire? Because again, just like I said, why would they? He's their guy. He believes what they believe. He says out loud the stuff that they could only whisper. He validates racism. He validates hatred. He validates people who hate themselves. And understand, all of these people who spew hate and division based on somebody's political affiliation are showing their own hatred and disdain for their own selves. How many of these people who scream about women not having the right to control their body, but in the quiet, private times, these are the same women who are being abused by their husbands and then going out and painting that smile on their face. These same women who say, oh no, a woman doesn't have any rights. She should bend her back and bow her head. She is nothing but a work beast for her husband. If you believe that your life as a female was put on this earth to do nothing but serve the male species, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't tell you to live the life you were given. You don't believe that you deserve one. And that's what this whole thing is about. For somebody to be enslaved, the enslaved must first believe that they deserve to be enslaved. When you take people's worth away from them, when you tell people that they are not human, and then you start to treat them like they are not human, and then those people begin to behave like they are not human, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You have created the very thing that you tell people to be afraid of. And that's what this society in America has perfected. They divide us. Then they tell us, each individual group, that we are not as good as the group that they represent. And then every group, like clockwork, attempts to assimilate to the group that is maintaining the pressure on everybody else, that is telling every other group that they are not enough. Oh, your hair is too curly. Your skin is too dark. Your lips are too full. Your backside is too round. Understand the psychological poison that they drip, drip, drip into us to keep us not only hating each other because this group's hair is straighter than this group's, and this group's backsides are higher and firmer than that group's. So it gives everybody something to hate or envy, because envy is just as proficient a drug as hate is. When you envy somebody else, that poison is just as effective as that hate pill. Because then you've got people just trying to change themselves, never happy with what they look like in the mirror, steady changing themselves to try to fit into somebody's modicum of what beauty is. Unable to look in the mirror and look at themselves and see the perfection that is them. And it doesn't matter. You are perfectly made exactly as you are. You were made exactly as you are because you're beautiful. And you have to understand that. You have to see your own beauty. You have to see your own light. And that is what the people who don't want us to be happy work on taking away from us every day, by bombarding us with ads and pictures of, 180 89-pound models who are starving to death, caked with makeup, wearing heels that nobody can walk in. But this is the standard of beauty. Cheeks so sunken in, eyes dead. And we show this to our little girls and our little boys. And they starve themselves to try to look like that picture, because we don't speak magic and love and beauty into them. We don't tell our little ones when they're little that they are absolutely gorgeous just the way that they are. You ever think about how many of our little girls might not be trying to cake on makeup at 8 years old, trying to look like they're 13 when they're 9, if we gave them self-worth, if we told them that they are beautiful and that their voice matters and that their body belongs to them. Instead of believing, instead of listening to the media, instead of allowing our children to be absorbed in softcore pornography disguised as cartoons, violent video games, but then have our children appalled at the sight of a mother nursing her baby. Okay, just some food for thought there. I know I went way off, but that had to be said. We need to take responsibility for what we have allowed to be broken in our society. We need to take responsibility for what we have allowed to happen with our own children, with our own selves. That we allowed a television to enslave generations of people. And now we have allowed video games and immersive video games to trap our children and some of our own minds into that megaverse, metaverse, that altered state of reality, that slave state of reality where someone else is controlling your brain. And you voluntarily, because you had to sign an agreement before you ever put the Oculus on, you had to agree to the terms and conditions of wearing that device. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but I need people to open their eyes and be aware of where we give our power away and where we sign our own selves into slavery because we think we're having fun. These companies aren't benevolent. They aren't giving you nothing, but they're taking a whole lot from you. All right, I'm going to get off of that. That's some food for thought for you right there. Danielle has another question. Will Florida teachers walk away because of DeSantis's propaganda? Yes, Danielle. And that would be the best thing to happen to Florida, actually, for its teachers to go on a massive strike until DeSantis is removed for being a domestic terrorist, because that's what he is. That's what the GOP has become. Domestic terrorists. Take. Destroy. And if you don't agree, then we will use force against you. We will murder you. We will put you in jail. And if you are not native to this land, then we are going to use you as a political pawn. We're going to uproot you and kidnap you and drop you into areas where you have no resources, where nobody... Must I go on? This is who we're dealing with. These people are terrorists. Since January 6th, they have been showing us that they are domestic terrorists. And every one of them that subscribes to the talking points of old Donnie Boy is showing that they are domestic terrorists. Okay? Call a thing. They are what they are. Let's stop giving them air. Let's stop asking questions about these insurrectionists, about these traitors. Their words mean nothing. They lie. There's no honor. Everything that they do or will do is to the detriment of the United States. So listening to their talking points serves no purpose. We have to stop feeding the beast. We must stop. Turn off your television. It is imperative that you turn it off. Pick up a doggone book. Go outside and take a walk. Reconnect with nature. Barefooted on the ground. Sit. Put your butt on the ground so that your bottom chakra can open up, because that's how the energy flows, from the bottom to the top. Okay? Just like the song. We started at the bottom, now we're here. We started at the bottom, now the whole team's here. This is where we need to get. And it starts from the bottom. Put your butt on the earth. Connect your feet to the earth. Even if it's concrete, it is still attached to the earth. If you can't get in any grass, if you can't get in any sand, sit on the concrete outside. Put a yoga mat down. Connect with the energy that will transcend through the barrier. But you need to get outside. You need to be outside in nature. Not inside the house under artificial lights. Not inside the house being programmed constantly. Every moment that you sit in front of that television watching the news, you are giving your power away. You are giving them your energy. But when you go outside, 15 minutes in the sun is what it takes to activate your vitamin D. 15 minutes in the sun. So if you could make it a point for you to get outside, even if it's just to sit on your porch in the sun, in where the sun can touch your body for 15 minutes, and your feet can be on the ground, so that you can ground and center yourself, cleanse yourself of all these competing energies that have you confused and anxious and depressed and worried. We have to start fixing ourselves. This is important. Don't get caught up in the madness. Okay. My next question. JL wants to know, will planting in and around Ohio be safe after this explosion? Oh, no. The air is contaminated. The water is contaminated. Okay? The water is contaminated. So for outside growing especially, no. And guys, there are kits that you can buy on Amazon to where you can test your soil for heavy metals, for all kinds of stuff. And they're not expensive. I implore you, if you live in, around Ohio, Pennsylvania area, anywhere where that smoke crossed into your area, go on to Amazon, buy you some test kits, start testing your water. And if you start getting crazy results, do not hesitate to get on the phone, online, and report it to the EPA. It is imperative. The only way that we're going to get them to stop this is for every one of us, number one, to be aware of it. Because we're going to have to do this ourselves. The company, let me tell you this, everybody in Ohio, They are allowing this train company, they have allowed this train company to investigate itself. They have allowed this train company to send their own people into your house and tell you that it's not contaminated. After they get you to sign an NDA, after they get you to sign I will hold this company harmless for all the crap that is about to happen to my family. You are being lied to. You are being manipulated. Number one, don't sign nothing. Don't sign nothing. Force them to test everything. The lawsuits need to be created now. Class action and individual. Because guys, that is the only recourse you're going to have. You're going to have to relocate. To save your lives, you're going to have to. No cap, no joke. This is an environmental disaster. And they want you to just stay there, live there, and sign this piece of paper. Take this $1,000. Buy yourself something nice as you die slowly. That's real. Okay? Worrying about what's happening in Congress, that's not real. What's happening in Ohio is real. Like I told y'all on Monday, that whole group I called that name sounds like Build-A-Bear. Yeah, ever since I said that name, boy, my channel got attacked. Oh, yeah. Because that's the truth. And the whole reducing the population of the United States, that's a real thing. And you have seen how they have been trying to reduce the population, not just of the United States, but of the whole world. And now we're competing with natural disasters. Turkey is under bombardment. Thousands of people are dead. Gone in a blink of an eye. And this is why I say, live your doggone life. You don't know what's going to happen. So sitting there worrying about what's happening in Washington is shortening your own life. But for the people who are in the areas that are having these natural disasters, get out of there. You have to. And this whole thing in Syria and in Turkey, this created refugee, oh my goodness, nobody has a place to live. These people are literally camped on sidewalks outside. It's still winter over there. The surviving people just existing, stuck, because a whole bunch of people who had everything yesterday have nothing today. Don't think that couldn't happen here. But here's the thing. Live your life. Stop saving stop saving to do something when the time is right. Do it now. Do it while you can. Live while you can. Because these people who have money have bad intentions for us. Live your life. Have your fun. Dance your dance. The best way to thumb your nose at the people who want to kill you is to live your best life while you got it to live. All right? If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. If we're supposed to be hiding in a corner, cowering, worrying about what's going to happen next, I'm sorry. You're already dead. You're already dead. Live your life. Have the courage to live your life in spite of people who wish you harm. Laugh and smile and sing. Don't worry about the grumpy people. if you are in your good space, their bad space won't affect you. And guess what, guys? If you have to be around a whole bunch of knuckleheads, technology has given us a whole bunch of things. One of them is earbuds. And Spotify is free. So if you're around a whole bunch of lame-os, you don't have to listen to that noise. They have noise-canceling headphones for a reason. Cancel the noise. If you don't want to absorb it, cancel it. You don't have to be in the space of negativity. That is a personal choice. Okay? I'm going to get off of that because I'm preaching. Next question. What is with 5G? Is it safe, and what effects does it have on our health? 5G, vibration, making the vibration shorter, faster, so that the microwaves can travel quicker between our wireless electronic devices. When you change the frequency and vibration, you change the structure of cells. You change the structure of cells. You change the structure of cells, which is why in the beginning, when they were testing 5G, they had a whole lot of bird deaths. Oh, but old Donnie Boy don't want you to talk about the 5G bird deaths. No, he wants to talk about a made up. Let's talk about the windmills that are hurting the birds. No, the windmills don't hurt the birds. Birds are smarter than most humans. They can fly. They build a new house every year. They raise their children and kick them out of the house and make them independent. Birds are smart, all right? Birds are smart. So, if a bird runs into a windmill, you can best believe it only happens once. They always fly in flocks. The rest of them saw what happened. They know to avoid that. Look what happened. Jim just got chopped in half. Dang, man, that sucks. Hey, y'all, fly higher than them things. Okay? Instincts, again, that thing I keep telling you not to ignore, that thing that they don't want you to trust. Trust your instincts. You were given them for a reason. Here, is 5G safe? 5G is an increased vibration. Safe or not, it's here. And here's one of the things that everybody, this is just people that you just have to know. You live on this planet. You live here. You walk underneath one of those great big power transformers. And you touch your dog. You could shock your dog. Okay? Because that electricity is carried through the air. And you standing underneath it makes you a little conductor. And then you can turn around and point at something that is warm-blooded and literally make that energy flow. 5G is the same. It's flowing energy, rapidly vibrating energy. Okay? Sounds and frequencies change cell structure. So 5G can definitely have an effect on the human body, animal bodies, brain structures, cell structures. Period. But the powers that be want to bring you a faster internet. All right, guys. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Like this video. Share it. And if you like me, subscribe. Subscribe. Let's defeat YouTube. Get me to 2,000 subs. Guys, they keep taking me backwards. Every time I talk about this kind of stuff, all of a sudden, it drops. But my likes go up. My views go up. But my subs drop. That's manufactured. I know this. So guys, help me out. Help me get to 2,000 subs. Alright? Give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. I love you guys. I love you. Alright. And buy a sachet. I got a special going on right now. 1 hour reading and either a large house blessing sachet, or 2 regular sachets that you can share one with a friend, or keep one for when the other one goes by and you have a backup. And that is a $50 special. 1 hour reading and either 1 or 2 sachets. PsychicTanya9@gmail.com. Come on over. And if you want that special, just on that email, just say, I want the special. All right? And I will send you a reply that has everything that you need to know. All right. Let's go ahead and get on with these questions. My next question is from Sachet. Sachet wants to know, what will the curfew act result in Atlanta moving forward? Will it be successful? And Sachet, the first part is in the offset. Yes, it's going to be very successful because people see the immediate change. They see, oh, the children are off the street. And I said this before. This is for the optics, so that the people that, okay, oh, the children are off the streets. We can do this. We can do that. We can now have this nightlife again, unmolested, unfettered. We don't have to worry about the kids skateboarding or playing their music or just being children, being in the streets at night. So in the short term, people are going to be like, oh, this works well. Until, and this is the thing, because, guys, you have to understand, every time they do this, they are putting people in the house. They are telling you it is illegal for you, age group, dynamic, whatever, fill in the blank. It is illegal, against the law, for you to have yourself outdoors between this hour and this hour. If you are out between this hour and this hour, the police can stop you. The police can frisk you. The police can harass you. And if they find or believe that you don't have good reason, they can arrest you. They can fine you. They can remove you from your home. They can put you in jail. As a kid, understand, every time we agree to these things, we are giving up our rights. And where does it stop? Okay, they put an age group on it, an age on it there. What happens when they say, well, now the 17-year-olds are the problem? Oh, a 17-year-old still is an illegal adult. So what happens when they change the age to 18? What happens when they change the age to 21? What happens when they change the requirement to, you can only be out at these hours if you are employed and you can prove that you are employed? No, you can't just be out for a walk for your health, for your exercise, for your amusement. No, you have to have a purpose to be out. Understand. That's where this is going to lead, Shay. That's where this is going to lead. They are getting people to voluntarily give up their rights. And then they can change the rules until you are the person who is not allowed out of their house after dark. All right? Just know what's up. Next question. Here's that Bezos palm scanner question. Shay wants to know, what is the intention of Bezos' palm scanner at Whole Foods? What is this about? What did I just say? Giving up your rights. Bioinformation, your scanner. They talking about, just like I'm telling you, they wrote Revelations and they are on script. On script. So what's in Revelations 2? Oh, to buy, sell, or trade in your right hand or your forehead, you're going to have some type of number or some type of identifier. Guys, we already know. They already did this. They did this, I believe, last year or in 2020. It was either 2020, between 2020 and 2023. they have already started doing this. People have voluntarily, for their company, for their employer, have put microchips in their bodies so that they can access a door with a wave of a hand. It's already happening. This is self-fulfilling prophecy, guys. They want to destroy it the way that they want to destroy it, and they want to have you scared every step of the way. Don't play the game. This is a part of the plan. Sachet. This is the 1%. This is who's doing it. On script. On script. Follow along. Follow along. Pull out your King James. Follow along. You are reading the GOP script. You are reading the script of the Build-A-Bear Foundation. Since I ain't going to say their name again because they after me already. I know this. But anyway, I ain't scared of nobody. What's the worst they can do? Shut me down off of YouTube? So what? They can't shut my mouth. They can't shut my mouth. So I'm gonna stay here and say what needs to be said unapologetically, without fear. If you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't, you don't. But I need for you guys, if you do rock with me, get off the fence. Subscribe to my channel. Help me get out. Help my voice get out so that the people who need to hear this can hear this. Help a sister out. All right. Next question. This one. What is wrong with JoJo's Voice of Jodeci? And I haven't listened to Jodeci since the 90s, and that's pretty sad because they had some outstanding and some valid days. But so I again, this is all cold, guys. What is going on with JoJo of Jodeci's Voice? Spirit Guides Universe. Tarot, please. What you can tell us, being completely truthful without invading his. Yeah, here we go. Oh my goodness, JoJo is sick. Oh my goodness, he is sick. What is it? Okay, guys, without going into a whole lot of detail, because this man is a entertainer. He is not a politician. He did not subscribe to have his personal life dragged through the muck. I will say this. Pray for him. He is ill. He is ill. He is ill. And this is serious. So what's wrong with his voice, Shay, is that he is dealing with, and I ain't gonna say it's something because I can't diagnose him from a piece from a card. If I need to show you the cards, this is what is below him. This is his final outcome. Pray for him. Pray for him. He is very ill and he is suffering. So, and this is something that he may not recover from. Okay? So, I'll just put that there. And then I'm going to leave that there. My next question is from Must Be Heard. Okay, here we got some fun ones. Now, here we go. Must Be Heard. Non-political questions. Must Be Heard would like to know, was Michael Jackson gay? Was Michael Jackson a gay man? Hold on. I don't want to get my cards mixed up again. Doggone it. Here we go. Give it a little shuffle here, guys. Was Michael Jackson gay? And the first thing, the thing that's coming through, and this might be Michael, and he's kind of like, gay is not how he would identify himself. You would almost have to call him asexual. Okay? Not sexual at all. Michael had a whole lot of body dysmorphic ideology. Body hair bothered him. Certain things, almost like autistic people, sensory things. But Michael was not one who was physically, sexually ambiguous. You know, people ask about the relationship between him and Lisa Marie. Was it consummated? Was it this? Was it real? Was it that? And the question is, no, that marriage was not consummated. But yes, Michael did love Lisa. But no, that marriage was a political, not a political stunt, there's a word for it. It was like to bring notoriety to them both because they needed a boost in their own. So the two of them coming together created a media frenzy. There we go. Created a media frenzy. Let's give them something to talk about. Okay? Take some pictures, cohabitate for a little while. They were great friends. This is what is important. Lisa Marie and Michael were great friends. So the reason they pulled this off was to quell the questions about Michael's sexuality, but to also bring Lisa, because she had just gone through some things in her life. I don't know if that was before or after her son had taken his life or not. It might have been long before. I think her son was still very small when that happened, but when they were married. But that was like a media stunt to take the heat off of Michael. People were questioning his sexuality then. They were very, very, very good friends. And she did what she did to help Michael. But no, that marriage was never consummated. No. Michael, as far as sex goes, I'm not going to say he was a virgin when he died, but I am going to say that I would not classify him as a gay man. I would classify him as an asexual man. He was more of touching, hugging. That was more of how he got his release than a physical sexual thing. Okay? He had a lot of body dysmorphia and a lot of things with those parts and hair and smells and things like that. So you want to say the whole thing with children and thing. I'm not going to say the man was a pedo either. But I am going to say that Michael was repressed. If there's a word to call him, it is repressed. He had the mind set of a not fully mature adult person. Okay? Those kids were messed up. All of them. Joe did a number on all of those kids. Their self-worth, their value, how they saw themselves. Michael's being made to keep his voice high. Being made to adopt a false persona and to keep it and maintain it. That's psychological abuse. Understand every one of them. You look at them, look at those Jackson kids as survivors. Look at every single one of them as being a survivor. They lived through Beirut with their father every single day. They were compared to each other. They were forced. They did not. Joe Jackson made the Jackson 5. Those kids didn't say, hey, I want to be a rock star. No. Joe Jackson was a failed musician who lived out his fantasies of grandiosity through his children. And he turned his children into workaholic slaves to fulfill his vision. Okay? And he took their childhood and he took their happiness in the process. And he took their self-worth. A lot of them. You see Janet. You see her struggles. You see it. Open your eyes and understand where the source of that, where the root of that came from. And then the struggles that they have just trying to break those family curses. Okay? Let's look with eyes of compassion on these people that we idolize. All right. So I'm going to say no, must be heard. I'm going to say Michael Jackson was not a gay man. I will say he was more of an asexual type of person with avoidant type of behavior, with body dysmorphia. My next question from Must Be Heard. Must Be Heard wants to know who killed JonBenet Ramsey. Was it her dad, her brother, or a stranger? JonBenet Ramsey's killer came through basement window. He knew the family. He was a friend of the family. This was not a stranger, but this was not her father, and this was not her brother. This was somebody, I want to say this may have been a down the street or across the street or around the way neighbor. Somebody who had been at the Benet house. Somebody who was watching JonBenet play. Somebody who was obsessed with her. Remember, this is toddlers and tiara days. Understand, this man knew where she lived, knew that the family's house, knew the layout, knew how he could get into that house. He went in there with the intention of S.A.ing JonBenet, and in the act of S.A.ing her, she started to scream, and he tied that string around her neck and murdered her. It was not her father. It was not her brother. This was a neighbor, either across the street or around the corner, who had been at the Ramsey's house, who was obsessed with toddlers and tiaras, or whatever show it was that JonBenet was on, the precursor of toddlers and tiaras. And that's what it was. This was a middle-aged man. A man in his late 30s, early 40s that did this to that baby. Okay. Must Be Heard's next question. Will Biden's advanced racism protocol work? That's a good question. That's a good question, Must Be Heard. Tara, will Biden's advanced protocol on racism work in the federal government and in big business? will him try to call out racism, blatant racism, racism in work conditions? Will it have an effect? Please give me a yes or a no. Okay. No, it is not going to work because people don't want it to work. Guys, we are in this chaotic system right now. I told y'all 2023 is going to be crazy. 2023 is going to be crazy. Again, live your life. Do your thing. Don't be worried about what these governments are doing. Worry about you. Worry about making your life the absolutely best you can make it. Have fun. Dance that dance. Eat that doggone pie. Do what makes you happy. Fulfill your desires. Write that book. Make that movie. Do the things that make your heart sing. Do not spend your time worrying. Do not give these people your energy. Do not slave yourself to them and give them your time. Take your life back. Be in control of that. Must Be Heard has a request for melanated folks. Melanated folks, please get on Biden's Facebook page and let him know that something needs to be done about keeping melanated people safe. That we need laws put in place to keep the police from hurting and harming us every chance that they get. That we need something really concrete done. Get on his Facebook page. This is Must Be Heard is begging people. Get on Biden's Facebook page and tell him that we need him to work for us melanated folks, and that, we're not going to continue to support them if they continue to not support us. All right, there you go. Oh, Robert McKenzie wants me to show y'all the organic gardening book that I got to make sure I don't say their name. A beneficiary of the channel gave away to a bunch of us. This is the Organic Gardening for Everyone. Guys, this is a wonderful, wonderful book. It is written by Callie Kim. This is how to start your vegetable garden. Color pictures, 1, 2, 3 easy steps from seeding to potting to planting to harvesting. Everything in this Organic Gardening for Everyone that a wonderful benefactor of this channel gave away to a bunch of us. Thank you very much. You know who you are. You are fantastic. This book is amazing. Okay? Organic Gardening for Everyone. Get your hands on a copy. It will help you start your indoor garden. You can get it on Amazon. Organic Gardening for Everyone. I am not getting paid to or sponsorship or anything. Just for your information, guys. My next question from Diane DL. The Israeli Prime Minister is talking about judicial reform, saying that he wants to be the final power, the final authority, that the PM would have say over the courts. The Prime Minister would be able to overturn court rulings, basically giving the Prime Minister emperor status. And if we're talking about Netanyahu, this is what he wants. This is part of the game, guys. He is part of the microcosm that is trying to take over the world. He is part of this whole problem. Understand. And he is financed by the United States of America. We send them billions of dollars to keep their infrastructure running, to keep their people out of poverty. While right here in the United States, half of our nation is struggling in poverty, food insecurity. But we send billions to Israel, who in turn turns around and discriminates against the Palestinians. Understand what we support with our money. Understand what we support with our voice. Okay? And understand, like again, don't be worried about this. This is bad people behaving badly. But in the cosm of how this is going to work for Israel, how will this work for Israel? Taro, please tell me. Will the Israeli Prime Minister be successful in making himself the emperor and having control over the courts? First card is a 10 of Cups. Give us a concrete yes or no, please. Yep. For yes, if it is Netanyahu, he is going to do whatever he can. Well, they're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. Here it is right here. The whole world will be watching as they give this man power. Power. God-like power. And that's what it is. That's a yes. And we had a bunch of them. The first card was the 10 of Cups. That is a yes. That happy family. But those families ain't going to be happy. A whole lot of the Palestinian families ain't going to be happy. The second yes was the lovers working together. They are going to do this. The fourth yes is the 10 of Pentacles. He's going to make a whole lot of money. And he's going to displace a whole lot of people. Yeah. The Israeli Prime Minister is going to be given a godlike status. And that is exactly what Donnie Boy was aspiring to right here in the good old US of A. Next question. The daughters of Malcolm X are filing a lawsuit against the FBI and CIA about withholding information about his murder. Will they be successful? And this is important, guys. Malcolm Martin. I need y'all to just remember, just think of all the people who are gone, okay? Think about the people who have died, our singers, our political activists, our preachers, our ministers, our prophets, the ones that could bring people together. Look who is gone. Biggie's gone. Tupac is gone. The messengers, they had a message. Biggie and Tupac was like, nah. What Biggie was like, F the police. No, don't lay down and let them kick you in the head. Tupac was like, no, fight back. Because if they got gats and we got gats, guess what? There'll be a whole lot more respect if people wasn't afraid of the gang in blue. They got rid of Tupac because Tupac was telling people to fight back. They got rid of Malcolm because Malcolm got people together. Consciousness together. Consciousness can tear down walls. Praying and singing and getting that vibration together can stop bullets. Oh, so they killed Martin. Malcolm, like the predecessor, Malcolm was the predecessor of Tupac. Malcolm, another one, said, no, we will not lay down. We will pick up arms. We will fight you where you are. We will fight for our right to exist. Malcolm was taken. Look in the music industry, and I need y'all to do, because I ain't going to call out no names, because a lot of y'all like these artists. But look who is left and listen to the message that they are sending. Look who is left and what is the message that they have been sending. The message is about get yours. Women are bees and hoes. It's all about money. Ain't no loyalty except for to the gang. Look at who's left. Pay attention to who they left in leadership positions in the music industry. Even in our political activism, look who they left alive. And look how they're look at the river that they're selling us down. To my melanated folks, every time they want to harm us, they will use one of us. I'm going to say that again for the folks in the back. Every time they want to harm us, they going to use one of us to do it. To pull the trigger, to send the message, to tell the lie. Remember, the overseers on the plantation were also slaves, but they gave them guns and gave them power and gave them a name. And that little bit, it gave them a little bit of better food. And that power turned them into monsters. A person who had formerly been at the receiving end of the whip was now wielding it at his fellow man. Understand. If you don't understand anything else, understand that when they try to destroy us, they use us against us. And that's for every group. All right? So, will the daughters of Malcolm X, will they receive anything for Malcolm's murder when they sue the FBI and the CIA? Will there be any resolution for Malcolm's daughters? Yes or no, Tarot? First card out, we got the Five of Pentacles. That's the government protecting itself. And the Wheel of Fortune inverted. Go ahead and pull them all. Yep. Wheel of Fortune inverted. Let me see what that one is. Increase abundance. So that's a yes. So in some ways, we got this is chasing this increase abundance. We got the Wheel of Fortune inverted. That's increase in abundance. But the first card out, we got the Five of Pentacles, poverty card. So this is going to cost these girls a lot of money in them trying to go after the federal government. They're gonna get a little something, but they're not going to get what they're seeking. No, that was too much, too deep of a cover up there. Okay. My last question is from Lynn Ferry, and I've been calling her name wrong. I keep calling her Illyn and all kinds of crazy stuff. Lynn Ferry. Will DeSantis's anti-woke, anti-black, anti-African studies, anti-slavery, will his propaganda end, or will it spread to other states? Guys, the GOP, DeSantis, Green, all of them, that is what they're doing. State to state, this is their world tour. To spread hate and discontent, to spread misinformation, to spread fear, to spread the it's us against them, to spread the if you know what's going on, then you're the dum-dum. No, Lynn. DeSantis' propaganda is going to go on as long as it is allowed to go on. Just like 45 did for the... remember, I need y'all to remember that the last time Donnie was president, he never stopped campaigning. He campaigned for 4 solid years. He won the presidency, or he stole the presidency, and then continued to campaign for 4 years. spreading hate and discontent, receiving money, grifting, selling out, selling out, selling out as often as he could. All right? Know thine enemy. Don't fear him. Just know him. Know what they're capable of. And then don't give them the air that they need to survive. These people are only a danger to you is if you let them be. It's noise. It's fear-mongering. And it only works if you allow yourself to be scared of them. Live your life. That's our challenge. That's what we are supposed to do right now. Love your friends. Love your enemies. But live your life. Don't live in fear. Turn off the television. Turn it off. Get outside. Know who you are. Because the worst thing that can happen is that this world ends and you did nothing to live the life that you have dreamt of for yourself. That you allowed yourself to be afraid and scared, and you hid in the house and did nothing but watch the news, trembling about what they're going to do to me, instead of getting on that plane, train, or automobile and going and do the things that you have just dreamt of doing. Live your life. That is our test right now. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Be prepared, but don't be scared. Know what these people are up to. They wrote it in a whole book, and they are sticking to their script. But you know the script as well. And you know that they need you to believe in the script for it to come true. So flip the script. I love you. All right. The weather for the rest of this week. Well, like I said, this was a crazy one. It is Wednesday, so we have got some issues going on. Like I said, wait a week at least to put your out for you guys who can plant outside at this time of year. Wait at least a week before you put your seedlings outside because of this weather pattern that we are in right now. This one turned into a monster. Okay, it was supposed to just kind of curl up, freeze a little bit, and blow over. This one has got some teeth to it. So prepare yourself. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, perhaps into Saturday. Whoo, we doggies. We gonna have some intense weather. Prepare. Wind especially, but we're going to have some snow flying as well. So prepare for that. And guys, like I keep telling you, these earthquakes are moving. We are in it. Be prepared. Just wherever you are. It really doesn't matter where in the United States, where in the world you are. Be prepared. Again, take heavy items from above your bed. Take heavy items that from places that could fall on you in the case of an earthquake. At least do that, okay? Because that's the number one cause of injuries. Make a plan. Make sure that your children, no matter how old or young they are, understand what to do, even if it's just to climb under a bed or a desk. Talk. This is stuff you need to be talking about, okay? This natural disasters that we can't prevent, but we can prepare for, okay? Talk to your family. Make a plan, especially about earthquakes, because guys, the big one is coming. And that's the one. We don't know when, we don't know where, but it is coming. And Mother Nature is showing us that she ain't playing. All right? What's happening in Turkey and Syria could happen here in the blink of an eye. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Know what to do. Know what's important and what's not. Your life is important. Your stuff is not. I'm going to say that again. Your life is important. Your stuff is not. I love you. I love you. This one, it's 3:55, so this ain't going to be up at 4 o'clock, y'all. I love you. Namaste, y'all. And again, help a sister out. YouTube is subverting me. They're killing my numbers, which means I'm monetized now. So every time my numbers go down, my money goes down. I don't get paid. So this is the first month I did not receive a check. I did not get paid from YouTube because they playing with my numbers. Okay? Playing with them. So if you like this content and you want to help me out, guys, please subscribe. I love you. Hit that and hit a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Let it get some traction. If you like it here, subscribe. I love you. Namaste. Bye-bye, guys.